Hello everyone! With each step that we take, our island is getting more and more complete. We only got that area left as well as down here, and this is where I want to focus on today. So for this area I had in mind to construct the pigment pool as well as the sewing table. These are two machines that we had for a long time, and I kind of want to mess around with the sewing table as you can make more armor. So I want to see how that works out. However, it is going to be quite problematic, I think, because there is not a lot of space. Some of these are rather huge machines. Well, specifically the pigment one. Now, I could literally make it anywhere else. Well, on that side at least. But I had an idea of making some sort of shelter here for the sewing station. But then it came to me. And the pigment pool does also require a windmill. That's going to be the biggest problem here. Because then the question becomes, where the heck am I gonna place it? Because we got the path in the way on this side. Like, unless this works out like that, with a mini windmill, it would if we actually had the supplies for it. That looks kind of weird though. We could of course always have it on this side, and then have the connectors make it go all the way down. Now these aren't really optimal positions for the wind. And we have them in multiple locations now. However, this should work if we turn the correct orientation. I don't mind that it doesn't work all the time that much. I don't use these auto machines that often. That seems to be pretty alright though. Like, both of the windmills are spinning. If I'm orientated like this. That's pretty good. And as you can see, this thing is spinning as well. Because we connected them up. Now, I probably would have wanted to make the foundation first. For the little hut, so I'm actually going to destroy this. The question is, how big do I want this though? And I guess how big can we even make it? I think this needs to comfortably house the pigment pool. I don't think that's going to be possible though. Well, it seems to be doing it. I think we just need a different plan here. Like, altogether. That is not going to be a closed off house, that's for sure. Alright, I'm building stuff and I'm not even sure what at this point anymore. Or how to even describe it. It is weird looking, that is for sure. Alright, so we had some triangle pieces here. They would fit in quite nicely. Well, if anything, this is definitely going to require some custom beam action. Alright, so I have another idea what I could do with the triangle pieces. I could just place down one of these walls. It looks a little weird. I think that's just because, you know, this doesn't really align, which it's very annoying. We might be able to fix that if we actually start on this back wall so it's a bit more in front. You know, while I was building the other day, I was actually thinking of something. During the demo of the game, we actually had access to a custom plank. And you could do really cool stuff with that. However, what I realized is I don't have that in my building arsenal in the full game. I have this custom beam, and that's it. But you used to be able to place planks custom as well. That was a really neat and cool feature. Alright, I think that worked out a bit better. Not for the top as much. I think the only thing I could do with that is if I go to the back here. Create a bit of a platform to stand on. I like how this game gives you so much freedom. But at the same time, you really have to kind of figure out how the entire system works properly. Because it has a lot of little quirks that make it somewhat difficult to do what you want. Like how the things don't actually connect to the wood paneling, for example. Which is why you saw those huge gaps in there before. I mean, you still see from this side. But we're not going to stand on top of the pigment station, of course. Alright, and I think with that, we can just place this back down. Connect it up to the pigment pool. Ah, very nice. Actually, never mind. I thought it was going completely through the holes, but it doesn't. What I'll do back here, though, is I'll go get a couple plants, and I'm just gonna plant those around. There we go. Now we need to do the front part here as well. I'd like to get a leaf cloth part here too. Now, I may have placed those beams for nothing then. Why the hell is that sticking out so much? Well, I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with these cloths. Because they look really cool, but as you can see, because they move around, they clip through. Beams and stuff like that, which less ideal. Alright, but that is one part done. Now we need something for the sewing table. I might just make a little extension out here though. But it is if that is possible. Because it doesn't really look like... Well, I guess it could. This has to be such a small area, though, for what I want. And I don't like that. Nope. We ain't doing that. But the thing is, I wanted to have the sewing table covered by something. But I can't easily have that done. But I do have an idea, and it might be super weird looking. Alright, so we have this contraption. There's a couple pillars. I can get on top of this one. I can place a point. And it does need to be something on top, I think, to make it look more stable. Might just place down a tiny beam. Something like that, so it actually looks more connected. Either that, or doing something like this, and might work a bit better. Yeah, I think that beam at least there will be nice. Then get a bit of a supporting triangle there as well. Same on the other side, and the back as well. And of course, the front. Yeah, you know, I'm a lot more happy with that than just having it out in the open. And also, in order to make some quick progress, let's add the path. This can go all the way up to the door. And then, of course, we need one that leads to the new sewing station. But I might try and twist this path a little so it goes around. Like so. This way it doesn't look as straight. So what can we do in the sewing station exactly? We can change colors with the pigments we got. So I don't know, let's say something like so. Nice. Well, this looks like a very mismatched outfit for sure. I will admit it's not really what I expected this to do. I thought we could craft custom stuff. Oh, we can, okay. So we could craft linen as well. What kind of protection is this, man? We don't have linen yet, so we'll work on that later. I was looking at the description of this outfit, the linen one, and it provides protection against heat and allows quick access to additional tools. So I imagine my hotbar gets one bigger. And the pants, it provides, well, protection against heat. I imagine we're gonna need that in the next area. And it lets me sprint faster. That is pretty good. Yeah, my hotbar right now is only 8, so I'm guessing we're getting a 9 slot, maybe? That would be really nice. I'm guessing the hot area is going to be wherever the sandstony place is, which is the next area. Alright, now the fun thing is going to be trying to decorate all this stuff. Okay, these lanterns work kind of weird. They're going through the wall. That's kind of unfortunate. Alright, so I placed the pigment shelf down. I think what would be cool is if we can see how many colors we can actually make. Because there should be 6. Can we fill them all up? I don't want to actually have the purple one though. Right, this creates black, so we have 2. This creates a different color, cyan. So we have azure blue, or azure sky blue, the black, and now a crystal. There is the beet red, and there is yellow, which doesn't fit in my inventory anymore. Or, never mind, those were the flowers that didn't fit. Okay, so we only missed purple. I do think, though, that we just don't have those anymore. Okay. I must have used them at some point. I could use... We only have 1 purple flower, though. And they look so cool. Look at that. I want to have one of the big ones eventually, so I want to save those up. I will say, though, it is coming along quite nicely. I think we can fit a tree here, though. That's gonna take a while to grow. I think the area is done. Actually, it looks really nice, too. Especially at night, these lights look really nice. Alright, let's turn it to daytime, and I'll show you what I built. So, of course, the idea is that we walk down here from the gatehouse. And then we're confronted with 2 paths. One that leads over here. I placed a bunch of bushes around. I put a trough back here. That's just more of a aesthetic design choice. I might put a fence here, because, danger, falling off and all. There we go. And it's kind of hard to place these because they seem to be floating in some spots. Okay, we got the sewing station, we got the pigment pool. We got a stump here to sit if we need to. Got a nice plant, which is all mushrooms. I'm really happy with how this build came out. We got some flax growing here because that's still the only plant I can seem to be growing in here. Then back here, this is where we store the pigment, some extra stuff if we need to. Even more storage, of course. You see these stockpiles quite all over the place. They're more decorative than me actually using them, but if I need to, I guess it is pretty nice to be able to store them wherever I am. A little table and chair, but this stuff, including the barrel, is what I placed in the island creator, back when I created the island. I guess same with the crystal here. And then another one of these places, where we can change the glider. I'm actually quite surprised though, like we haven't unlocked any new Oculus, for example, or cloth material we can use. But yeah, that's the sewing area. Which honestly means that now that this is done, we only have this section up here left to go. Of course it would get misty right when I want to explain this, but I do have an area for this place. So I looked up some information about the animals. I thought there were cows in the game, because I swear to God I seen them during the demo, but I guess I didn't. Or they removed them. But instead we still get goats. Now I think for convenience sake I will just store the goats together with the sheeps. Like we could make them an entire new pen, but having to make another barn is kind of boring. There is one more specific build I want. We of course need the sawmill and the flex brake. I think I'm just gonna place the flex brake near the sawmills. We'll probably get some new stuff, because we do also have these brewing stills. Yeah, I'm thinking of making a little sawmill area, and that's where I'm gonna be planting trees as well, so that we have a steady supply of wood. So I'm not sure how big that's gonna be. That's probably gonna come up to like here, realistically. So we still have this front area to do then. So if you have any ideas, or if you guys know if there's going to be more stuff later down the line that I need to place, leave it in the comments down below. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye everyone.